When we played England, we felt at the beginning very good, and then we struggled from 6-3, and we could have lost the match. But we are happy right now that we won it.
We need a good start, hold the nerves down and play in our rhythm, maybe a little bit faster than yesterday, and just play our game and have fun.
I think against Russia we played quite good, and yeah, we have to improve to beat China. Like last year they struggled sometimes, but now with this kind of break I think they almost unbeatable. I think whoever wins the leg has a little bit of a, you know, the opportunity to up a hand and win maybe the match.
And the form team, definitely China. Will they win the lag? They've been absolutely sizzling throughout this competition. Austria have plodded their way to the semi-final, winning ugly. They've won the lag. That could be a big win right there. If they can put 2 or 3 racks or even more on the board early. We haven't seen China play under pressure yet, but if China play, Alex, the way they played yesterday, it's going to take something special to stop them.
Yeah, especially Wu Xiaoxing was playing awesome. He was in the zone, flying high and almost bullying his partner Deng Junhui to put that cue ball where he wanted it. Deng Junhui lost position a couple of times, but every time Wu came with the recovery shot.
Now that is the kind of break that Albin Ocean would like to come up with every time he steps up to the table.
Yeah, Albin in the interview and up in the practice room when I had a chat with him said that they possibly need to play a little quicker, but it is so difficult to tell yourself to play quicker, to up your pace. It's possible, but it's you know, it's all about the fine-tuning. Fine-tuning one's rhythm, just like Woodward had to do it the other way around. Yesterday he found out during their match that he was playing a little too quick.
Nice long Bluetooth threaded into that bottom right-hand pocket. So Mario has to attempt the 3 and get position.
Well, the 7 is sitting ready, so he needs to give Albin a proper shot on the 6. Chose to not do anything more than leave him a shot, not making things easier, not risking.
Yeah, he didn't overcomplicate things at all there, Mario, did he? Just trusted that his partner can make this.
But the only downside of this positional play, I mean, he didn't have an angle. Now Albin has to leave that cue ball up table. And that will make it more difficult for Mario to land on the right side of the 8 ball. But this is a good shot by Albin. Perfectly placed. Now with some check side, Mario can get there.
They came alive at just the right time in their match against England last night in the quarter-final. That had been a real battle.
A flawed positional shot by Mario. He had a good angle. He has overcooked his shot. Momentary lapse of concentration by Mario. Now Albin is going to run into the 9. He'd prefer to slow roll it, a gentle bump. If he doesn't trust the path of the cue ball, he'll need to hit this a little stronger.
Well, there's the slow roll. Beautifully done. Oh my goodness me, that was a super shot from Albin Ocean. So, problem solved. Mario He deposits the 9, and it's Austria on the board first, and they have China exactly where they want them right now, in their chairs. That's the only place you can really trust yourself against those two. Everything off the break. Really good break this.
Yeah, dream start, win the leg, break, control that cue ball, and then running out from there. And even losing position somewhat on the 6. But that's almost better to misstep slightly and then correct it. Mario Hay now to break.
Thank you, right 2. Austria
Would be good if he can copy the path of the cue ball. Like Albin had it on his break. Make the cue ball drift back.
He gets 2 balls down as well. Cue ball has headed north. And they can see the 2 pretty clearly.
Albin will attack this 2 ball. Longer shot than he would have liked, but a shot nonetheless. Or avoid the 9 ball and float it in. Or with backspin, go for contact on the 9 to hold that cue ball down table.
Well, neither scenario played out, which brings Wu Cha-Ching to the table. Let's take another look at it. Yeah. Various scenarios could have come into play there. None of them went Austria's way. And here is the world champion of 12 years ago now.
No, Deng played the first shot.
Deng, sorry, on the first shot. Here is Wu.
And maybe Wu now regrets not having taken that first shot.
I thought Wu was lining that up.
He needs to play safe. Nothing he can do with the 3 ball. Well, not nothing. He could play a straight back, a bank to the top left-hand pocket, holding that cue ball close to the short rail. But that's ill-advised. It's early in the match. Now, if he looks at a safety to hold that cue ball behind the 9, he should watch out for the point of the side pocket to not make the 3 ball run into that. Nicely executed. But over the 9, in between the 7 and 8. A jump shot available for Mario Hay, and it's nicely placed. It's not easy, but it's nicely placed. The distance between the cue ball and the 9, and he can put his hand on the rail.
Extension call.
I would say a 3-1, no, a 4-1 underdog to make this shot. Meaning that if he would play it 4 times, I expect him to make 1.
That was one of the other 3. And where's it all going to end up? So China back at the table. The strong safety play of Wu Cha-Ching producing a dividend once again.
Nifty little shot here. Pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Pressure. It's always tricky being so close to the ball with the steep angle. It's difficult to feel the amount of spin and cut to put into that shot. Still, I'd expect Deng Junhui to make that ball.
I think he would have expected it as well. Albin Ocean sprinting around the table to get onto this shot. Now, what's he going to come up with? If he's left Wu anything, you know he'll take it on.
Wow. What a shot this would be. He speared the opening shot in yesterday, Wu Cha-Ching, on the 3 ball.
Left-handed as well, Wu. Which just helps with this shot.
No angle. Barely.
Oh, and he's missed one. Or is he going to fluke it? It's hung over the jaws of the pocket.
Now,
worst case scenario for Wu.
As good as Chinese Taipei and China have been in the tournament thus far, here. And in the previous match, we've seen that they are feeling the heat too. In the previous match, an important one ball missed by Yu Lung. And the Chinese in this match are showing that they are human.
This is exactly the kind of match Austria would like to make it. No rhythm, no momentum, scrappy, difficult. And all their matches seem to have been like this. And they've always managed to find a way to come out on the right side of the ledger. And here they're dragging China down into the gutter with them. Taken the first rack. Second rack now looking good for them.
Oh, Mario, hey, it's not. Is this pressure? I think it's more a concentration thing. He's not fully concentrated. Well, he's distracted by the importance of this match. It's not like he's shaking. But he has overcooked it, just like the shot on the 7 in the first rack.
Well, Albin managed to get his teammate out of trouble last time. That's not a bad effort again this time. So
no, he's playing top right this 8 ball, but he needs to hit it soft. Needs a clean contact.
Yeah, that's nicely done. Well, Austria and just pad their lead here, and we saw something rare in that rack. A miss from Wu Cha-ching. Not a blatant miss, but still, the way he's been playing throughout this competition, you think every time he lines up a shot, he's going to make it. He missed one.
Yeah, super difficult shot. Long, cue ball near to the rail. Little angle to work with. More important was that miss before by his team partner Deng Junwu. That shot was easier. And you'll see anytime with these two in vision that Deng Junwu sometimes tries to make eye contact with Wu Cha-ching.
Thank you, rack 3.
Succeeds rarely, I must say.
Leading 2 racks to nil.
Race to 9 to join the United States in the final of the World Cup of Pool. And it's the reigning world champion, Albin Ocean. Oh, dear, oh dear.
Ball in hand.
Well, now what happened there? That must have taken... No, it's gone on its own. Look at that. It's taken a very strange spin off the rail and straight in. Oh dear. Can't do that against these guys.
Now it's difficult to tell if he tried to hit it full on but mishit that ball, or that it was his intention to play a cut break. Even then controlled it badly. The rock, the cue ball.
That might be the first pure scratch we've had into that pocket as well. It's very rare to scratch into that one. I mean, it's been nudged and kicked occasionally, but that's one you won't see very often.
Now China's using the full 60 seconds to figure out how to play shape, because there's no room to play position for the 2 to the right hand pocket. The 6 blocks it to the left. So Wu is going forward to give Deng a cut on a 2 ball. Wu is left-handed, Deng Junwu is right-handed. How's his reach? Good shot.
Yep, and he's kicked the 9 up top as well.
All his focus was on making that ball and controlling the full contact on the 9. Trusting in that Wu would figure it out after.
What a wonderful situation to be in when you've got a partner that you can rely on like that.
Cut to the side or bank. He lines up for a bank, it seems. Cross side, speared it in. Beautiful. Automatic line for position. They're looking to open their account in this semi-final,
yep.
The Chinese.
And then we'll see how they break.
Yeah, their break yesterday was a weapon of mass destruction.
Well, we're about to see if it's still as potent as it was, because they will be breaking up next. Austria have got a 2-rack start, but that winning post a long, long way away. It's a race to 9, and the Chinese juggernaut has just started going through the gears. 2-1, Austria lead. China to break next. So it's semi-final day, followed by the final tonight. The last day of 6 in the World Cup of Pool here at the York Hall in Bethnal Green. The sun beating down. The heat is on in every sense. And the bad news for Austria, they've let China up to the table. Now the dangerous number 3 seeds will break. Alex Lely summed it up perfectly yesterday against the Philippines. This was a weapon of mass destruction. It's not Wu that's going to break, it's his partner Dang. Let's see what he's got. Down goes the wing ball, down goes the 1 ball, but he scratches. Well, well, well.
Ball in hand.
Unfortunate.
Start the clock, please.
Unfortunate. Yet he was coming awfully close from the get-go, awfully close to that side pocket. When so many balls move on the table, it's impossible to control all of them. It's more a thing of probability. If you play perfect and your control is 100%, you run the least risk of encountering bad luck.
It's interesting to see this team dynamic and the psychology of it all in play. You talked about Dang and how he's tried to catch the eye of his partner a few times. I don't think he tried to catch Wu Cha-Ching's eye when he went back to his table there, and Wu had a look of absolute disgust on his face. Well, we're going to see how China respond to adversity in this match. We know they're front runners, we know they're flat track bullies. Can they tough it out when they have to? That's the question Austria's asking of them here.
Yeah, they've made hay, China, when the sun was shining.
Oh, whoa, 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 what's that?
Now they're in bad weather when Albin overplays his position. It's shots like these, and we've seen 2 of them of Mario Hay, that break down the rhythm somewhat.
Yeah, Mario's got it out, but yeah, it was still a surprise to see Albin, a man of his stature, just losing position there, but nevertheless, no crisis. Crisis averted. Austria's 2-rack lead restored, and more importantly, they will go to the table. So there's the scratch from Dang. That put him back in his seat. It kept Wu in his seat. Wu doesn't look very happy on the right there.
And these scratches are a reason to play the cut break. And now that we saw 2 of them in the previous match and 1 just now from Deng Junwu, here's Wu Cha-Ching. His facial expression But since we've seen already 3 of those scratches in the match today, or 4 actually, because USA also had one, possibly teams are going to opt for the cut break.
Mario's nailed the wing ball. How's this all going to pan out? Will that one slide past the 2? I don't think it will.
It's a combination, very well makeable, especially if he can play it soft. But that depends on the exact angle. Because depending on the exact angle from the 1 to the 2, Albin will figure out how to play it to control that one ball. Can he float it in, or does he need a little speed to push out that one to go over to the left side? Looks like he can roll the ball, and that's a good thing. Pocket will be generous.
Like that. Really nicely executed.
Now, the next challenge for the Austrians. The 4-8 combination, something to play for. And very well makeable if he is straight in.
Extension call.
I think I would try to get, you try to get straight in, but make sure you're close to the 4. Because then you have options.
Well, Mario's positional play has not been stellar in this semi-final.
All came out good. A stop shot to stick it to the 7. And that's nice. Those 2 inches that cue ball had, the 2 inches of life to crawl up on that 7. That's quality. Many players would have just stopped the ball.
That's the kind of table you want to leave when you know Wu Chao-ching's coming up.
Extension called.
I think by getting so close to the 7 that Albin has taken out to 1 rail escape. Where can Wu go to the rail? That's quality, yes. He needs to elevate and put a lot of spin on it. All due to that extra inch that Albin used to get to the 7.
And he's missed it badly. Ball in hand.
Ball in hand.
What a superb safety shot
Start the
from
clock, please.
Albin Ocean. They're doing a very clever thing here, Austria. They're keeping Wu very restricted. Now, we saw in previous rounds how Wu can just dominate and take a table over. He's not had a chance to do anything in this match.
No, he's today far away from hitting that high gear that he showed yesterday. Still not out of it though.
Oh no, it's early.
And Albin Ocean, by the way, I was notified yesterday that in the upcoming Atlantic Cup, sort of a Mosconi Cup between USA and Europe, but for juniors, that Albin Ocean will be team captain for Team Europe. It's going to be played in Klagenfurt, that's his home city. So a big honor for him and a big honor for the players under him.
Some of whom may end up being teammates on the big stage one day. There's a chance for him to do a bit of talent scouting right here. Albin Ocean is trying to help guide his country to a first ever World Cup of pool final. They've been very much amongst the also-rans, except for the last couple of years when they've got a little bit closer, a semi-final and a quarter-final. But here, they're looking for their first ever World Cup of pool final appearance, and if they can play shots like this consistently through the match, they have every chance of achieving it. This one's not going according to the script.
Yeah, beautiful shot by Albin. Really, really quality.
Let's be honest here, Alex. Be perfectly honest. Did you think coming into the arena this afternoon that this would be comfortable for China, that they would just progress easily, or could you see Austria making a fight of this?
Austria to break.
You don't remember me telling you?
No, I'm getting you to remind us all.
No. Well, you know, a match is a match, and Ushan and Hay are hungry for success. And lately, Hay is playing well. Won a Euro Tour, another one. And of course, Albin is the reigning world champion. So underdogs on paper, but very well able to dominate and win this semi-final. Good break there. With cue ball brought to the side to avoid any unwanted kisses. Now, Ushan is pointing out where to put the cue ball. If Mario Hay can smooth stroke this and position the cue ball in between the 5 and 8, Ushan will have a longer 2-9 combination. And he did smooth stroke it. Very nicely done.
Now then. This is time to see what the Austrians and the world champion in particular are made of.
Extension called.
It's off angle. Not easy.
4-1. What a time to go for this in a World Cup semi-final. Oh, we got a game going here. Austria, the number 2 seeds, but big underdogs going into this one. Controlling this semi-final brilliantly as well. That is not a happy camp. China taking a break. They're walking out of the arena. All they've done is sit in their chairs. Austria playing it really smart, really intelligent 9-ball. They are moving towards a first ever World Cup of pool final. What can China do about it? It's 5-1 Austria. And this one continues in just a couple of moments. That is why we are looking at a 5-1 scoreline here as we wait to see who joins the United States in tonight's final. And Mario He will break here. Meanwhile, China decided to just step out of the building and freshen up. Wu on the right there, and Dang. Now, hang on. Is that going to change things around a little bit? What are we going to get here? I think it'll go.
Oh, he can surely make it.
Yeah.
Will need to use the full margin of the pocket and limit his speed. But the 2 balls on the other side of the table.
And while we're watching this, I've been fascinated by something you drew my attention to earlier, Alex. The little sideshow that's going on in the other corner there, where Wu Cha-Ching, he has just been looking away from his partner as he is there this whole match. Dang has attempted to engage him just in a little bit of dialogue, and Wu's having none of it. Wu might as well be playing on his own at the moment. The way he's acknowledging or failing to acknowledge Dang. That's been his default position while he's been in that chair. He's looked unhappy. He's looked uncomfortable, and he's not helping Dang out one little bit.
No, once I saw them make eye contact yesterday. Beautiful shot by Albin. He did need to cheat the pocket, but he committed to the shot and managed to get that cue ball back far enough. Now the key shot in this rack. Bump to 5. Perfect. Setting Albin up and himself for a rack win in rack 7.
Well, that's another shot that's guaranteed to worsen Wu's mood. He looks like he's ready to bite someone's head off as it is. If 5-1 becomes 6-1.
What a mistake to make, Albin Ushan. Or you play that shot with 10% more speed, make it arc back into the rail and out. Or you just go 1 rail. Seems to me he was limping on two thoughts.
Now that cue ball has got to travel. Now Mario has played 2 or 3 questionable positional shots. That was not one of them. That's exactly what his team needed.
Yeah, and acknowledgement from Albin, who doesn't need to do a whole lot for position. The 6 is sitting ready. A lot of distance to cover, but it's very much yeah, natural lines. Medium speed, tip of left spin to get that cue ball towards the 7.
Wu continues to sit in his chair with a face like thunder.
They're playing good. Austria is playing good, and now the fans can start to dream of a final against USA. They're down to 9. They win that 8th rack.
If that team can get on the table, they're capable of 4, 5, 6 racks very quickly. But when they get their chance, they've got to work as a team, got to work in tandem. It's not the Wu show and the other guy. Wu has been very frustrated today. There's a little bit of dialogue. That's good to see. And a good smile there. And now maybe they are just starting to pull themselves together a little bit. But that's really been the feature, and you've got to credit Austria with this. They've given Wu no shot all day. He's never been able to get on and show us what he can do.
Yeah, they're playing very efficient. A good mental game also by the Austrians, because here and there they've lost position. And they did what needed to be done. Make that recovery shot and get that cue ball back in line.
6-1. This is going so well for Austria. Can they keep it rolling here? Now the wing ball didn't go, but he got the 7 into the side. And the cue ball's got a kick from the red 3, which means a problem for Mario He and Austria with that one ball jammed in behind the 9 on the rail. So it's going to be safety first. There is a push out option, of course.
Yeah, they will call that push out. And then China will come in and decide whether to play or give back.
Still considering their options, just weighing this up.
Push out call.
Yeah, now he's called it.
So let's see what they give. Cue ball has ended up away from the rail, so that's one good thing for the shooting team, be it China or Austria. Players are having difficulty, understandably, on this TV table when giving distance to get that thin contact off of the object ball.
Wu waved that one away. The general rule of thumb off a push out is if you can see a ball, you take it. But Wu surveyed the scene there, and there was no great conversation between Wu and Dang. Wu looked at that and said, no, I'm not having that. Back they went.
The only thing I see is a bank of the 1 towards top right, straight back. Make sure to miss it short, so on the short rail it'll bounce back, and you would like to have it somewhere near the 3rd diamond on the left long rail. Cue ball will slow down with topspin to maybe end up behind the 3.
Well, let's see. Took a nudge on the 8 as well. Oh my goodness.
Who dares wins. Who dares wins. They lost the cue ball, but they made that one. And that's it with the push out. You need to take a risk. You need to come with a daring proposition to your opponent.
What's going through Wu's mind right now? He passed on that shot.
Well, sometimes you can make a good choice and still end up loser. You know, he gave it back and Austria had to come with this daring shot. I think it was a good choice to give back, because that shot was very difficult to control. Same in poker. You can make the right call and still get unlucky, and then laptops are thrown against walls.
Mario has come up with a beauty here. From 3 to 4. And then 4 to 5. They'll need position on that 5. And if they can achieve that off this next shot, it's going to be 7-1. So Mario, who played a great positional shot last time he was in this situation, what's he going to give his partner here?
Enough angle.
Yep.
Better too much than too little. So Albin can play low left for position, twice across for position in the side. And I think that's what he's playing. Creaming that ball in, barely touching the long rail. Austria is hitting that top gear, Nick.
Minimizing the mistakes, maximizing the opportunities, keeping China stuck in their seats where they can do no harm.
Yeah.
It's really smart play, this, from the Austrians.
Smart, but they're all showing a lot of heart. They're coming with big shots. A beautiful push out, and then that straight back into the top right, gaining the initiative and then running out for a 7-1 lead.
None bigger than that wonderful shot on the 1 after the push out from Mario. No wonder he's smiling. This one, effectively, a rack winner. Good positional play after that. No drama, no stress. Getting very, very tight for these guys. Who would have imagined this? China destroyed Germany, blew the Philippines out of the water, came in as the red-hot favourites this afternoon of all 4 surviving teams. They've not even had a chance to get into a competitive situation here. Break and runs coming for Austria when they've had a chance. China, they've been digging themselves out of snookers.
They have a daring shot on the 1, the cut, but will be difficult if they choose to attack to get over to that 2 ball. Now, if you're feeling good and you foresee a contact on the 9, they could, you know, you could choose to attack the 1 and go for off of the short rail, have a ball contact on the 9, which will make the cue ball travel towards the 2. Or just go for the 9 right away, ride the cheese to play the carom off of the 1 and go for the win right here. After the break, 2 times 30 seconds.
Extension call.
And now adding another 30 seconds to that. Player of big occasions, Albanushan. I think he's playing the cut. Slow roll, avoid the 9, or using the 9. Oh!
Wow, wow,
He loaded that ball up with a huge amount of left spin. That makes the pot so difficult. Look at that cue ball. To check it with that amount on this table, that's quality, that's top notch, that's absolute world class. Beautiful shot.
Well, Opportunities running out for China. Here they are once again, up at the table. Going to dig themselves out of a hole.
Difficulty here is that the 2-ball is too close to the rail to get behind it. And if Wu is attacking off of the other short rail, then he's playing to make it. Can understand why they're trailing 7-1. They need to try and make something happen.
Yeah, China need a spark. Is this the moment? Well, he really went for it. But
super tough.
Yeah, really not automatic at all.
No, a difficult shot with no position is something you don't play for. So put this 2-ball above the 3, to the right of the 3 with the top view, and hide behind the 865.
There it is, as dialed up by Alex.
Window though.
Yeah, that's rolled on more than it needed to. So what can Dang see of this?
Well, it's not even a window. It's a crack.
Yeah, and the queuing action's going to be hampered as well.
And with this thin contact, the 2-ball will go to the left-hand pocket. So a lot of pressure on the cue ball here.
He wants that to travel. He's actually travelled too far. He needed to have that tucked up behind the 5. Dang. And Wu just allowed himself a rueful smile there, because I don't think he was ready to blame his teammate for that one. That needed to be absolutely perfect. And Dang's just overcooked it slightly, but that is enough to let Austria right back in. Now they've won another safety battle, look.
The further this match progresses, the more we see Wu communicate with Deng Junhui.
Yeah.
It's possible that this silence and this stoic demeanor of Wu was just his concentration phase.
Yeah, because now that it's slipped out of their control completely, as you say, he has been a different personality in there. If they get the chance, they'll have to go straight back to find the game faces again. But I'm wondering if they're going to get a chance now. I mean, Austria heading for the hill.
Big bounce. Nice shot there. Yeah, that's it. If you're getting a lot of table time, if you're up in the score, if that back arm is relaxed, then you get that feel for the speed of the table. Now the 5-ball top right. Send it down the pipe, and then 3 balls left for 8-1 lead. Down the pipe, as late Freddie the Beard used to say. The bank pool legend from Chicago. No real big problem, just making a reset, just making sure